Edgar Allan Poe, J-Term Project by Courtney Bartholomew. Why I chose this topic. My reasoning for choosing Edgar Allan Poe as my topic is relatively simple. I spend a lot of time reading. I love literature, but for the longest time, I couldn't find poetry that I understood or that was interesting to me. Until I found Poe's work. His poetry amazed me and made me want to learn everything I could about the author. I thought that J-Term was a great time to learn about him, so that's what I did. Goals. My main goal for my J-Term project was to further my knowledge of Edgar Allan Poe's life and his work. Throughout the course of J-Term, I feel that I completely fulfilled my goal. I dedicated this month to understanding not only Poe's work, but also his life. It was a very fun thing to do, considering that he is my favorite poet. Steps. My first step in learning about Poe was to find a few credible sources that provided accurate information on this topic. I looked at many literary analysis of Poe's work to better my understanding of his poetry. Then I took notes on everything I found so that it would be easy to keep track of what I had learned. Finally, I started putting together my presentation and working on my reflection. What I learned about Poe. Poe was born to traveling actors on January 19, 1809. After Poe's biological parents died, he was taken in by John and Valentine Allen. Mr. Allen wanted Poe to be a businessman and a Virginia gentleman, but Poe dreamed of being a writer. In 1826, Poe left Richmond to attend the University of Virginia. Poe excelled in his classes, but acquired mass amounts of debt. Poe was humiliated by his poverty, so for a short time, he returned home to see his fiancée. To his surprise, he found out she was engaged to another man. What I learned continued. After Poe found out about his fiancée, he was rather angry. This led him to leave home once again, determined to become a great poet and to seek adventure. He accomplished the first part of his plan by publishing his first book, Tamerlane, at the age of 18. He then proceeded to accomplish the second part of his goal by enlisting in the United States Army. Poe attended a military academy at West Point for 8 months before he was kicked out. On the top left, we see Poe's fiancée, Elmira Royster, and his adoptive father, John Allen. Final bits of Poe's life. Poe, at age 27, married a woman named Virginia Clem. However, he lost her to tuberculosis in 1842. After his wife died, Poe found himself in many different cities, where he finally ended up in New York, where his 1845 publication of The Raven made him famous and he demanded better pay. He continued to publish his work for a few more years before his death in 1849. On the top left, there's Poe's wife, Virginia Clem, and a cover of his poem, The Raven. Poe as a writer. Poe gained much of his inspiration from his own life. Things like the people he met, his poverty, and the sickness of those he loved inspired him greatly. Poe is considered the inventor of the modern detective story and an innovator in the science fiction genre. He typically writes dark Gothic poems. He is also known for his lyrical poetry and style. Here are a couple of my favorite quotes by Edgar Allan Poe. Those who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night. Sometimes I am terrified of my heart, of its constant hunger for whatever it is it wants, the way it stops and starts. I hope that my presentation was interesting and easy to follow. Thank you for watching.